Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and I am back with another Dark Park Film Reviews. And on this video, we are going to be looking at my collection of Michael Bay movies. I've been watching a lot of Michael Bay movies lately, and well, I got to tell you, what Tom Cruise is acting for me, Michael Bay is for directing for me. He has become one of my favorite directors, and I look forward now to, any, upcoming movies that he's making. Uh, this video is going to be in two parts. This first part will be films that he directed that I own, and with a couple sprinkled in here for probably obvious reasons that he didn't. And then the second video will be films and TV that he has produced. So, because I don't want this video to be too long, I'm trying to shorten these things. But I love this guy. I love Bayhem, and I love watching his movies. And I just watched Ambulance, and that's what convinced me to make this video. I think it's probably one of his best films, if not his best film. And even though it is a little long, but yeah, I love his stuff. And so, as far as directing goes, except for one film, and I'll mention that a little bit later, I think I own everything. I checked it out on Wikipedia, and I think I got everything. So let's take a look at his films that he directed. And then later this week I'm going to put up video 2, which are, like I said, the films and TV that he produced. So the first one we got here, and this is in kind of some sort of order of when he made them, but if it's kind of like a bunch of movies or in a collection, they'll kind of be all by themselves. But I try to get them as close as I could to when he actually made them by date. So the first one I have here, and this would actually be his second film, would be The Rock. And this Blu-ray looks really good and it sounds really good. And of course, it's got, we got Sean Connery here, and people have said that this is an unofficial James Bond movie. Which when I did watch it, because I originally saw it in the theaters, I watched it with that mindset, and it doesn't really work. I like the idea of it, that this is, a kind of an unofficial Bond movie, but it doesn't exactly work that way, but it's still kind of fun. And of course, we got, Nicolas Cage, Ed Harris. There's a bunch of other people in this too. Of course, Michael Biehn, William Forsythe. I mean, there's a bunch of people in this. Tony Todd. Tony Todd is in this as one of the villains. So this one is really good, and you get a bunch of extras on here, including audio commentary by Michael Bay. And then it also has uh, Jerry Bruckheimer. It's got Nicolas Cage, Ed Harris, and there's a bunch of stuff on here. And I now love watching these behind the scenes, and just watching what Michael Bay does, because his stuff is so insane that and he's always looking for the biggest and best new gadgets to shoot his movies with. And I think they actually get kind of crazier as you go along. So I'm going to be a little biased. I mean, there aren't too many of these I dislike. So that's The Rock, and then Armageddon, which everybody knows, of course. Of course, they would know The Rock too, but so here we have Armageddon. Once again, sounds really good, looks really good. Blu-ray. Both The Rock and Armageddon came out from Criterion Collection. So suck it, you haters of Michael Bay. He has two movies on Criterion Collection. Do you? So there you go. Um, and I don't think I showed the back of that one there. Um, this I really enjoyed. I really like Armageddon. I think it's a lot of fun. And it's not not as wow, okay. Criterion disc probably has a lot more, but wow, this only has like a music video, theatrical trailer, teaser trailer. So I think this would have been great to have audio commentary on because The Rock has also stuff like The Rock world premiere, Navy SEALs on the range, Hollywood, Humphreys and Teague, special effects for Dive. I mean, outtakes, Secrets of Alcatraz. Also, one reason why I like The Rock is I'm from the Bay Area, and from my deck in Madrone Canyon, like way at the top of Madrone Canyon, you could just see right onto Alcatraz. It's like right there, which I always thought was really cool. I mean, this has got like a tons of stuff on it. Jerry Bruckheimer interview, theatrical trailers, TV spots. And this doesn't just doesn't really have a lot of stuff on it, but it's definitely worth it. So the next one I got, of course, is his version of Titanic. Highly criticized for, you know, the romance part of it, but praised for the action scenes. My grandfather was actually at Pearl Harbor. I don't think he ever saw this. I don't think he watched this when it came out. I don't. He just wasn't into action movies and stuff. But yeah, and this is. I didn't mention. Of course, we have in this. Ben Affleck and well, Ben Affleck is in this one too, and Bruce Willis. So it's it's also got like a big cast too. Of course, Liv Taylor, Billy Bob Thornton. So Keith David, Steve Buscemi, who's also in Con Air. He's got an awesome role in Con Air, which is not Michael Bay, but it is Jerry Bruckheimer. So I can include that in there. But this has Journey to the Screen, the making of Pearl Harbor. It's got Unsung Heroes, interview feature with heroes of World War II. It's got a music video by Faith Hill. Of course, this has the music video by Aerosmith. So it's worth it, but it's long and it's not one that I would watch over and over again. Probably, yeah, I don't know. I would probably rather watch a documentary about Pearl Harbor, to be honest. But I did enjoy it. It's just, the action scenes are better than the actual love story. So, but looks great, sounds great. Then we have The Island, which was pretty much like the first Michael Bay bomb. Um, I love this movie. Ewan McGregor, Scarlett Johansson. Um, I really like this film a lot. I wish that it would have done better. It's about clones, and I really like this film a lot. It's one of those ones that kind of it's in the future, but the future still looks kind of today, but it has futuristic stuff in it, which I really enjoy movies like that. Um, it's audio commentary with Michael Bay. See, these don't have I mean, maybe there's more on this than just not listing it, but like, why wouldn't you have audio commentary for this? You think that you would. It's got that great shot of like the bomb dropping where the camera just follows the bomb down. Um, but he's got audio commentary with Michael Bay, the future in action, the making of the island, and pre-visual my mouth is dry. Pre-visualization, forward thinking. So at least we get the audio commentary. I almost prefer to get behind the scenes because then you can actually see him directing. Um, but him talking is very good too. You know, he's fun to listen to in the same way that like James Cameron is when he talks about, Terminator and Terminator 2 and Titanic and Avatar and stuff. Is that it's there's certain filmmakers that are always interesting to listen to on audio commentaries or even just in interviews in general. This one I rewatched last night because I hadn't watched it in a really long time. And I have a little bit of a problem with this in the same way that I have a problem with like Wolf of Wall Street, which is real life people got hurt. And there's a lot of humor in this. Like there was a lot of humor in Wolf of Wall Street. And if you watch a documentary on the Wolf of Wall Street, it's not funny. What happened to the people in, the real people in Wolf of Wall Street? It's not funny. I didn't like the movie as much afterwards. So this one I'm a little iffy with, even though I did enjoy it. And that's Pain and Gain. I was watching one video on Michael Bay, and they said that this was basically like his version of a Coen Brothers movie. I could see that, especially with some of the characters in it and the way that it was shot. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Um, it it's weird that yeah, Anthony Mackie is in this, but he's not really shown anywhere. I mean, there's like a little picture of him there, but yeah, you would think if they redo this cover now that he would probably be in one of the pictures since they do have the hot girl on here. But this one does have its slipcase. I always make sure to find slipcases. A lot of these I do buy used off of Amazon or eBay. So if you follow me on Facebook, you'll see I'm always posting pictures of, eBay purchases or Amazon purchases. I don't spend a ton of money because I I buy them used. So I just can't afford to buy the amount of movies that I do brand new. There's just no way. Uh so this disc one is Blu-ray feature, disc two is DVD. Are there no? Yeah, I think when I watched this last night, I'm like, wow, there was like nothing on this. There's like not even a trailer. So maybe because in real life, two people did die. They murdered two people. They cut them up and put them into like oil containers. And then are the guy that they kidnap here uh is who's Tony Shalhoub. You also got Ed Harris in this too. Um, oh, who's in The Rock. So Michael Bay likes to use a lot of the same people over again, and that goes a lot with crew. He always uses a lot of the same crew people. They're like a big family. Also, you'll notice in Michael Bay movies that pretty much he thinks everybody is an idiot. He does have a lot of respect for soldiers. This is just stuff that I've read. He likes America, and he doesn't have an issue with cops, but he does show kind of everybody outside of that as an idiot. Like he doesn't like corporate people. He doesn't like uh just these idiots who, tend to kind of rule our lives that are idiots. And a lot of that is corporate people, bosses, um just, you'll know what I mean when you see the movies. But in this, the real life person whose name they changed in the movie that Tony Shalhoub plays sued them for the way that he was portrayed in this, because he was kidnapped and tortured for his money. And this does have a dark sense of humor to it, but I did enjoy it. But yeah, you got to really kind of step back, knowing that people were killed and tortured um, to get a laugh from the movie. But I did like it. It's beautifully shot and all of that. Uh, this next one is, and you could tell that he, like I mentioned, that he loves soldiers, but he hates the war. Um, he loves soldiers, but he has a problem with the commanders that are sending these people into battle. And this is one that I don't think a lot of people knew that he made, or even now know that he, knows that he made. But it's 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. And surprisingly, this one's got another slip jacket on it. Uh, Surprisingly, it's very kind of like subdued compared to his other films as far as filming and editing and all of that. It actually shows respect for the soldiers and what they went through. You can also tell always in his movies, there's always the American flag, like everywhere. And there's always Americana. There's always that idea of like, like apple pie. There's always that, like in Pearl Harbor, there's always like the kids playing and they have the planes. And he's very much into, America, but just dislikes these things that are within America, which I tend to agree with somewhat. So, um, and this was a good film. I don't think it's one that I would watch over and over and over again, but I appreciate it. And this one has over an hour of behind the scenes content. So disc one is the movie, disc two are the special features. Then you get like For the Record, Finding the Truth Amid the Noise, Uncovering Benghazi's Secret Soldiers, Preparing for Battle, Behind the Scenes of 13 Hours, and more. And then you get disc three is the DVD feature film. Uh, I think I'm gonna have to probably rewatch this again because I've only seen it once. I am a fan of John Kurlinski. God, I should have brought water with me. Um, but the guy from The Office. And so here you get, that's the Blu-ray, special features Blu-ray, and then the DVD. So I remember enjoying it. I remember all this stuff with Hillary and Benghazi, Benghazi, Benghazi. So I remember all that stuff. The next one is Ambulance, which I think could be his best movie. I absolutely loved this film, and unfortunately, it didn't do very well. Its budget was incredibly small. Can compared to, I saw somebody online say that it actually, what was it? This movie was less than one episode of, oh, Rings of Power. This movie cost less than one episode of Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. but it looks like it cost more. Um, it also uses to its great advantage drones. And it uh basically Michael Bay's people got like the top drone guys, the guys that have won all the awards. These guys are like considered to be like the masters of flying drones. And it's all new drone technology. So excuse me. So a lot of this, even though he does combine helicopter footage and camera footage, where if you get this, and I highly recommend it, if you haven't seen it, you should. Um, if you do end up picking up the Blu-ray, which looks and sounds, and my God, this film looks beautiful. I think all of his films look beautiful, but um, he's very much into like color grading and his stuff just looks great. Uh, there's some behind the scenes stuff, and you can even see Michael Bay kind of like, James Cameron and stuff holding the camera. So there might be three or four cameras on the street capturing the action, and Michael Bay is one of them, and he could be hit by like a stunt car or something, that goes out of control. But he tends to hire the best. So I highly recommend this. And the special features, maybe I think once you watch them all, there may be about, I don't know, probably less than 30 minutes. But you get stuff like Bayhem, Pedal to the Metal, Aerial Assault, Finding Ambulance, uh, Chase Capital of the World, and a tribute to first responders. This is actually based on and I didn't know this until yesterday, a Danish film that's also called Ambulance, from 2000, I want to say 15, and I might be off, but I think it's 2015. Uh, and I've heard that it's not that great of a movie. So those are the type of films that you do want to remake because you want to make them better. I've heard the Danish one is more down to the earth, more subtle, that type of thing. It's actually more of a comedy. This is just it all takes place in an ambulance, just like the original, but it is pure Michael Bay. And everything he does works towards the storytelling of this movie. And like Bayhem is all about, Michael Bay. Pedal to the Metal is about the action of the movie. Aerial Assault are about that's the drones. Uh Finding Ambulance, which is about them, getting the ambulances for the movie because these are all real ambulances that they use. Chase Capital of the World is basically like a drone shots around buildings and stuff, and of course a tribute to first responders. And they do talk to a couple of the people that work for the company of the ambulance. This here, it's got Jake Gyllenhaal. It's got I'm going to mispronounce her name, Isa Gonzalez. She is gorgeous, and she's a good actress too. And as one video pointed out, they don't, compared to other Michael Bay films, which might be showing growth, is she is not sexualized, even though she is incredibly beautiful. And she plays a first responder. She is not sexualized like Michael Bay did with, um, let's say, like Megan Fox, because there is the infamous three Bs of Michael Bay, which is blood, boobs, and boom. So and then of course this has, and I'm sorry, I'm going to mispronounce his name, Yahya Abdul Mateen the second, and they're all very good. Everybody in this is really good. This has also got its sleeve. So I think they even put it here, nonstop Bayhem. That's from Collider. So Blu-ray and DVD. Really good movie. A tad long, but it's over 2 hours, but it's not like 3 hours long. It's just a little over 2 hours. I think it's like 2 hours and 10 minutes, maybe. But it's really good. It's worth it. So now we're going to backtrack a little bit because these are a couple collections that I have. And the first one I have is it's the 20th anniversary collection of Bad Boys 1 and 2. I have come to really love Bad Boys 2, and it is just an assault. Um, and I love it. And I've always liked the first Bad Boys. You know, we got Martin Lawrence, Will Smith, and it's if you ever look at covers and things and posters, you should check them out because this is all uh like agent and manager type stuff. So Martin Lawrence's name is first, but he's behind Will Smith. And then Will Smith is second, but he's in front of Martin Lawrence. So that's done very intentionally. This is a good box set. It's got both movies obviously in it. And so pop that out here. So, oh yeah, then you get Tia Leone, who's gorgeous in this movie. And like I said, this is the 20th anniversary edition. There's our Michael Bay hero shot where the camera goes around, which is in, I think, almost every one of his movies. Most of his earlier films, of course, are Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer, and then Don Simpson died. And then he worked with Michael Bay worked with Bruckheimer on a bunch of movies. And this is Michael Bay's first feature film. Before this, he did commercials and music videos. On this, you get audio commentary with director Michael Bay. That's good. Putting the boom and bang in the Bad Boys documentary. Then you get some music videos and theatrical trailers. And all this stuff, because it's Blu-ray, it just looks and sounds good. And I could probably say that about most movies. I sat down and watched. I watched both. Well, I did a triple feature uh sometime last year of Bad Boys 1, 2, and 3. So here's Bad Boys 2. Once again, Lawrence, Martin Lawrence first, Will Smith second, but then here's Will Smith, and then there's Martin Lawrence in the back. And this has deleted scenes, on-set production diaries, explosive scene breakdowns, music video, stunts, visual effects, and original theatrical trailers. Oh, so this would have been nice to have audio commentary on. And then just both of these. Spit right back in the box. And then I said that there's going to be a couple that aren't directed by Michael Bay, but I wanted to keep it in this video because they're connected to the box set. So the next one is Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys for Life, which is good. I wish Michael Bay would have directed it. I believe they are coming out with a part 4. But I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. Now here we have a little difference here. Will Smith is first, then Martin Lawrence, but Will Smith is in front and Martin Lawrence is in the back. So that is obviously a deal that most likely Martin Lawrence came to Will Smith and said, dude, I need to make a hit movie. Can we do this? And Will Smith's people are like, that's fine. His name comes first and he is the first on the picture. So, but this wasn't bad. It wasn't, it wasn't perfect, but for a part 3, I thought it was, I thought it was pretty good. Martin Lawrence is really big, like fat big in this, and I wish that they would have played off that more. It's Will Smith is still looking good. He's still, looking like the player, but yeah, Martin Lawrence is really overweight in this, and I don't know if that's intentional or not for his character, or if he just didn't want to work out. But I wish that they would have played off that more. The special features on this are extended and alternate scenes, outtakes and bloopers, ride and die, making bad boys for life, partners in crime behind the scenes. It's About Time, third installment in the franchise, Easter eggs, and more. And I'm not sure how you pronounce the directors' names. Adil and Bilal. Oh, Joe Carahan is one of the screenwriters. He's also one of the story writers. Oh, would have been nice if he directed this, but it's fine. It was directed fine. You got your Blu-ray and DVD. And then the last two we have are the Transformers movies. So Michael Bay directed the first five films, and he did not direct the sixth movie. And he didn't direct Bumblebee, which I also have right here. So this is the Ultimate Five movie collection. At the time, it was the only way that I could find all five films in one collection. Um, the newest one hadn't come out yet, so but I wanted all five. I have seen the newest one. I just don't own it yet. These are all on Blu-ray. They got their descriptions here. Um, so what you're getting is, oh, they go backwards on the back. So you got Transformers, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Transformers Dark of the Moon, Transformers Age of Extinction, and Transformers The Last Night, which a lot of people don't like. I liked it because there's Nazis in it. I like the Transformers fight Nazis. And it's just got all, so I think no, these are taken from the actual when the movies came out. So Transformers Disc 1 feature film, which means if you bought it separately, there's probably a Disc 2, which has like a bunch of special features. Then we have Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Disc 1 feature film. Same thing. It would probably have a Disc 2 with special features. Here you have a Blu-ray feature film. It doesn't say Disc 1, though. And that's Dark of the Moon. Then Age of Extinction feature film. And then The Last Night feature film. So I really like this box set. I love box sets. And then you have Bumblebee, which I thought was pretty good. I liked it. As far as the spin-off goes, I don't think Michael Bay needs to direct those. This is Travis Knight directed this one. I made sure, of course, to get it with its slipcover. And on this one, you get a brand new animated comic book, Bumblebee's Next Adventure, 14 deleted extended scenes and outtakes, over 60 minutes of bonus content. And it says the DVD and Blu-ray. All right, so that is my Michael Bay directed collection, except for a couple of them, but you could see why I wanted to have them in this video. So to kind of recap here, we got Bumblebee, we got the Transformers, the Ultimate Five movie collection, uh, Bad Boys for Life, ah, Bad Boys 1 and 2 collection, Ambulance, 13 Hours, Pain and Gain, The Island, Pearl Harbor, Armageddon, and The Rock. So that's everything I got. I did want to take a look through. So, because I got Michael Bay up here on Wikipedia. God, that just comes out white. Yeah, but I got what you can kind of see it right there. Yeah, because it looks like I got everything. Because there's Bad Boys, The Rock, Armageddon, Pearl Harbor, Bad Boys 2, The Island, Transformers, Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, Pain and Gain, Age of Extinction, 13 Hours, Last Night. The only one I don't own, and I actually haven't watched it yet because I heard it wasn't that great, is Six Underground. And that's the one with Ryan Reynolds. I was watching another video on Michael Bay, and the host of that video was commenting that while other people, like let's say, Nicolas Cage and some of the other ones, they get Michael Bay, they understand what Michael Bay is doing. Jake Gyllenhaal with Ambulance was another one that really understood what Michael Bay was doing. Ryan Reynolds didn't, and he's basically just being Deadpool, and he's not really getting what a Michael Bay movie is. One of the reasons why I don't own it yet is that it's Netflix. And I hate what Netflix does it. I think they suck. Is they don't release movies that are made for Netflix on physical media. You can only watch it on Netflix. So far, and I could be wrong, so far the only things that I've seen from Netflix is Cobra Kai, and those I do own. But I really haven't seen, I don't think, anything else like Netflix, Hulu. I know Prey came out from Hulu, but other stuff hasn't. Uh, so the only way of getting Six Underground, and I did check, is a basically bootleg copies on eBay, which I have no problem buying. If Netflix are going to be dickheads and not allow physical copies, then I'll buy a bootleg. They're just a little expensive, so I just have to wait. And then after Six Underground is Ambulance. Nothing else is listed. That was 2022. And then after that, it gets into the films that he produced, which we will talk about on the next video. So yeah, I think that's it for now. So thank you for watching this video. I do appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out and taking a look at all this stuff here. So when I get into something, I get into it. So it's right now, Michael Bay is what I'm into. I've pointed this out before. These are Tom Cruise DVDs. This doesn't even count the Blu-rays I have. And over here is all my Nicolas Cage stuff on DVD. And this doesn't even count all the stuff I have with him on Blu-ray. So when I get into an actor or a director or whatever, I mean, I tend to buy all their stuff and just watch everything and just kind of absorb everything about them, and hope I can learn something from it, good or bad. I just hope I can learn something. So, all right, everybody, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I will see you on part 2 of this video. So I'll catch you later. All right.